Hello, welcome to another episode of Pub Football. They're coming thick and fast at the moment. Miles and Jimmy here. Miles at home, Jimmy in his office, looking ridiculous. You look like a football manager. You sat behind the desk. You should have a tactics board up behind you.
I'm ready to drop someone, Miles. So I can't wait for it.
You've dropped the whole Arsenal team at the moment. But no Arsenal today. We're going to be looking into Manchester City. Burnley last night finished 5-0 to the citizens of the Etihad. Absolutely cruised to a win. And we'll look ahead to the games tonight. Brighton taking on Leicester at the Amex, and Tottenham hosting West Ham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Brighton travelling to the King Power Stadium to take on Leicester City. We'll start with last night's game. Easy win for Manchester City, but what I do want to talk about is how brilliant Phil Foden was.
Yes, I completely agree, mate. He's finally getting a bit of a run in the side, isn't he? And he's proving how good he really is. And the fact the Euros is next summer, I think that bodes so well for England as well. I thought he was brilliant last night.
Yeah, I agree. 5 subs. It helps. The subs rule is weird. So you have 3 windows you can use subs in. Half-time doesn't count as a window, though. So you can use a sub at half-time and you get 4 windows.
I was speaking to Dad about this last night. We were thinking, should you get rid of the drinks break? Because it just slows the game down. It kind of, it takes away from side's momentum slightly, and it's a bit pointless, to be honest.
I understand the thinking because of COVID and trying to get people hydrated and they're in close quarters. So I would say, you know what? If it means football can come back, keep it. But it's not. I mean, they've talked about it maybe being a permanent fixture. I can't see it staying because it's not warm enough. I completely agree with it when they say if it's over 30 degrees or something, that they but not at the moment, no.
No, definitely. And to be fair, City were great from start to finish last night. And as you say, they're the best team in the league at playing the way it is with no fans. Great at keeping the ball, create so many chances. Burnley are absolutely terrible. And they got what they deserved.
Did you think it was a penalty?
No, not in a million years.
No, I thought that.
And no one else thought it was a penalty either. No one put their hand up going off a penalty.
Yeah, I felt like Ben Mee, yes, he caught Aguero, but Aguero flicked the ball into Ben Mee's shin, which means you've won the ball for me. Just because there's a foot contact doesn't mean you haven't won the ball.
Yeah, definitely. And Burnley showed nothing, and they're lucky they've got enough points, to be honest.
Yeah. But you know, the thing about Burnley is, and this is the shocking thing, is they don't have the 5 subs. They can't really use the 5 subs because they don't have anyone on the bench because Lennon, Hendrick, Bardsley, all of these players are leaving on the 30th of June. They're all out of contract. The chairman hasn't got the contract sorted short term.
That's crazy, isn't it? And it made me laugh that I think they took off Rodriguez for Eric Peters. That made me laugh, but obviously trying to keep the score down a little bit, but poor, really poor.
Commentators keep talking about the 5 subs being more beneficial to the big teams. What do you make of that?
It seemed to be last night. When you can bring on De Bruyne off the bench after an hour, it helps, doesn't it? So, but I quite like the fact you can freshen up the side. The only thing it does slightly deter the momentum a little bit and takes away from what teams are trying to do. It's like an England international where you make 11 subs like every 5 minutes. It's just a bit like, but I get why they do it.
Unless Jose Mourinho still only makes 2.
Clever. 2 again tonight, mate.
Yeah, Man City. Liverpool can't win the league on Wednesday unless Man City don't beat Chelsea. I'm hoping Man City do, because then the league decided goes down to the game between Man City and Liverpool at the Etihad, which would be fantastic.
Yeah, 100%. And the way both teams have played, Man City are going to destroy them. So, and I hope they do.
Liverpool are a team who seem to be able to pull something out of the bag this season, so I don't think it's quite as cut and dry as that. Moving on to tonight's games, Leicester City hosting Brighton at the King Power. This is a tough one to call. Leicester sort of limping slightly to a draw with Watford. It wasn't the best performance from Leicester. It wasn't a bad performance by any stretch. Brighton getting a very good win, albeit at home, against Arsenal.
Yeah, agreed. I actually thought Leicester played all right on Saturday. They were a little bit unlucky, but I expect Vardy to play much better today. I think he's on 99 Premier League goals, isn't he? So I think that stumbling block is starting to get in his mind a little bit. But I reckon he might score tonight, and I think Leicester will win comfortably, to be honest. I think it's going to be miles better.
What do you think the score's going to be?
2-0.
2-0. I think Brighton have got a goal in them at the moment, based on the game against Arsenal. There's something about Neil Maupay that makes me think that all the controversy around him is going to make him play better, because he seems like he's got that little bit of a nasty streak in him that will gee him up, a bit like Diego Costa used to have, just not as good, obviously. So I think he'll score, but I think Leicester will get it. I think it'll be 2-1. Tottenham West Ham. Now,
huge.
8:15 tonight. This is a difficult game to call. Tottenham, to be honest, I thought Tottenham were great up until they scored against Man United. You know they're going to be a bit defensive. They're going to try and hit teams on the counter. But as soon as they go goal up, Mourinho decides that they need to sit on their goal line. West Ham, however, were awful. Terrible. I've not seen West Ham play much worse than they did against Wolves. Tottenham easily beat Tottenham went 3-0 up, and then it was 3-2 against West Ham at the London Stadium. But if Tottenham can play anything like that, or anything like they did at the start against Man United, it should be an easy game. It just depends on two factors. One, will West Ham show up and improve a lot from the last game? Two, will Tottenham continue to put some pressure on after going up 1-0 if they can break the deadlock?
Yeah, I agree. I want to see Spurs take the game to West Ham and actually put in a proper 90-minute attacking performance where they dominate the ball, they create chances, and they win comfortably. I don't think they're going to do that, though. That is the biggest problem. And I think West Ham are going to be really organised. They got absolutely battered by Wolves, and I expect a much better performance tonight. And I think it's going to be a tight 1-0 Spurs win. I think you're just about going to get over the line.
This is a game where I would look at the team selection and think, you know what? Is this a game where we can have Harry Kane come off the bench? Because he was spent in the last game. Absolutely spent. I know they've had a few days off, but overworking him is not going to help. It's only going to make him tired, and it's going to increase his chance of injury. He's got a great goal record in London derbies, so he'd definitely play. But I'd be tempted in this one to go, you know what? Let's give him half an hour at the end. Just keep building that match fitness. It's not expect him to have it straight away.
They're not going to do that, Miles. That's the problem. He's going to start.
He'll play 90. But I agree with you. I think I'm going to go 1-0 Tottenham. I think that this isn't a prediction based on how good Tottenham are. It's a prediction based on how abject West Ham looked. But it's a London derby. West Ham tend to play well against Tottenham, so you never know what's going to happen. That was Pub Football with Miles and Jimmy. We'll be back tomorrow morning to review the Leicester, Brighton and Tottenham West Ham games and look ahead to tomorrow night's games. Pretty much a video a day at the moment. If you're getting sick of us, don't. It'll get better when football gets back to normal.
Subscribe.
Just subscribe. Yeah, just subscribe. All we need you to do is watch the videos. That's all we need. And you to like them and share them with your friends. And we need you to make sure you like our Instagram page @pub_football. Build that following. That's all we need you to do. It's not that much to ask. It's like 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes of your day. That's it. Exactly.
And I'm going to get a tactics board behind me as well, so watch out for that.
You should, because it's first thing in the morning, so we've got to finish this up, because you've got to get back to work, mate. One thing left to say is make those calls. Getting it all together.